Let's put up this tweet. It's since been deleted because hellfire rained down. Woosah, I'm trying to be calm. You got Kyle Griffin. And I usually retweet this brother. In all honesty, I do from time to time. Democrats don't even need Georgia. What? Yeah, he tweeted that. It's gone now, but he did. What the hell, Kyle? And I want to say some other choice words, but Professor Turner, I'm trying to channel her. It's the kind of talk that's dangerous. Plus, it's a shame that the race between Senator Warnock and Mr. Walker has even gone to a runoff. Maybe it wouldn't be in a runoff if neoliberals had spent more time worrying about his race that we knew was coming up. Then they were bunking around with freedom fighting progressives like myself and others. Oh yeah, maybe we wouldn't be in this position in Georgia if they hadn't spent all that money propping up the worst Republicans in their primaries so that neoliberals in their mind would have a better chance of winning in the general election. Yeah, folks, you heard it. You're gonna hear me say it over and over again. These fools spent millions of dollars propping up the worst GOP candidates in their primaries so that their neoliberal chosen candidate could go into the general and so-called have an easier time winning the race. They tried that mess, Jessica, in 2016 and it didn't go so well. But they didn't learn that lesson. And now they want to write off Senator Warnock.
And we had great candidates. There were 3 black men with progressive messages in the South that were not centered by the Democratic Party. Chris Jones for governor in Arkansas. Now we have Sarah Huckabee Sanders. We had Gary Chambers running in Louisiana, and we had Charles Booker running in Kentucky. These were great candidates that, for all intents and purposes, the media didn't give proper attention to, and neither did the Democratic Party. And the problem with this take that Georgia doesn't matter is 2 senators that are counted as Democratic senators are Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. And you're gonna keep saying, the neoliberals, not you, Senator Turner, they're going to keep saying that the reason we can't get stuff done is, oh man, it's Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. That's why Raphael Warnock's seat matters, because we have 2 people that are technically Democrats that will never vote for progress.
That's it, and it matters because it matters to the people of Georgia. I mean, you just gonna write this man off like that? Really? And then don't let me, because I don't talk about identity just for the sake of identity, because neoliberals play games with identity. But I'm gonna add this to it. This black senator, y'all just writing him off because the Democrats all of a sudden got a majority. Wrap your mind around that. Black folks delivered in Georgia in 2020, and now all of a sudden you don't give a damn whether or not they senator makes it back. See, that's what white neoliberals do. That's what they do. They got the luxury to just kind of play over there like that. It's wrong. And Democrats spend tens of millions amplifying the far right candidates in 9 states. Let's put up this headline. This is what I'm ranting and raving about. The practice by some campaigns and outside groups this year has divided Democrats, with some in the party complaining that such tactics are risky and could result in the election of candidates who pose serious threats to democracy. But this is what they did with your money. For those of you who donate to Democrat, not individual candidates, but you donate to these big committees, this is what they did with your money. Propped up the worst of the worst instead of having they behind over there in Georgia and planning. Because you know what, Jessica, it's not like we didn't know that Reverend Warnock had a re-election coming up in 2022. We knew that from the time he was elected, that 2022 was coming. They didn't protect the flank. And let's look at this next one, shall we? Put the other headline up. New dark money group spending against progressives is suspiciously well aligned with powerful Democrats. Opportunity for All Action Fund has spent more than $500,000 in 4 primaries to support conservative House Democrats. See, it's amazing to me how they get a spine when it comes to fighting against progressives. That's when they get a spine. But to fight against Republicans, they don't have one. You know what? Because the corporatists in both parties are in cahoots. They go to the same dinner parties. Hell, their kids go to the same schools. Don't let them fool you. This is what this is about. They say they don't care what Democrat gets in. The slap in the face. to Georgia, and it's a slap in the face to the African American community as well. It is. So here we go. Remember when Chuck Schumer said this to the president? Watch it. Yeah, he was telling the president, we going down. We are going down. Well, Senator, Dems should have spent more money on protecting Reverend Warnock, Senator Warnock's flank. They should have not dipped their nose into Democratic primaries so the people would have real freedom fighters serving their interests. But instead, they attacked progressives and left Reverend Warnock out there by himself. And shame on pundits like Kyle Griffin. Kyle, okay, you need to redeem yourself on this one for saying that we don't need Georgia, we need Georgia. Check out this Twitter thread quickly. I feel like I'm a broken record, but white liberals have got to see the black voters who are the base of the Democratic Party. Tweeting Democrats don't even need Georgia is actually racially offensive. You're saying the election of the first black Democratic senator from Georgia, that's exactly what they're saying. Deep South in American history, a senator who provides essential representation for all of his constituents, but perhaps especially for the black Americans in the South, including the rural South, who are too often underrepresented in the Senate, is unimportant. Come on, David, break it down for him. White liberals who say things like this reflect on a check your privilege. Let's underline it, let's underscore it. This shouldn't have to constantly be said. In other words, we tired of teaching y'all asses the same damn lesson every damn generation. We over it right now. It's amazing how little some white liberals have learned over time, even from 2020. Enough is enough. These are the same white liberals, but just in a different century that the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. warned us about. They the same white liberals that Minister Malcolm X warned us about. This cavalier attitude, any Democrat will do, and not taking into consideration how important Reverend Warnock is to the dimensions of the Senate, period, dot, exclamation point and bolded. We sick of y'all white liberals playing games all the damn time y'all do it.